Greetings from Beer Fairy. This week's beer selection is a celebration of spring, and we've chosen a Maibock, specifically the Hofbrau Maibock from Munich, Germany. Brewed by the Hofbrau Brewery in Munich, Germany, it's the oldest brewery in Munich and started brewing in 1589 after the Duke of Bavaria, William V, found the beer in his court to be of poor quality and taste. So a brewery was constructed, and the first and oldest Maibock in Munich was produced in 1614 by Elias Pichler. The great thing about this beer is that it's got a history behind it, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But first of all, let's talk about the beer. So what is a Bock? Bock means goat in German and is made from slightly darker malts, and in the past was aged in caves for the winter and served to celebrate the arrival of spring. The practice involves tapping of Bock kegs in May or April and is still practiced in Germany today. This Maibock is a more potent brew at 7.2% alcohol and uses Munich and light barley malts supplied by 8 different suppliers to round out its rich malt profile. Water comes from wells 300 feet below the brewery and has been using that well ever since the brewery opened. It's not a very hoppy beer, and it only has 31 international bittering units, so the sweetness of the malt comes through. But the hops used are Magnum, Hercules, and Perla hops. Munich lager yeast is used to allow the malt to come through for a strong toffee nose and slightly sweet finish. So let's pour this one out and see how it tastes. I poured in this earthenware mug from the Hofbrau house that my mother picked up in 1962, but then you wouldn't be able to appreciate the beautiful amber color of the beer. Let's give it a sniff. Rich toffee notes. Sweet, not a lot of hops. Let's try a taste. Toffee is still there. Definitely a heavyweight beer. Delicious. So probably the best thing about this beer is that it has a story behind it. In the 1600s, there was a religious war called the 30 Years' War, and an estimated 8 million people died in that war. The Swedish army surrounded Munich, and the city of Munich was worried that they were going to pillage the town and burn it to the ground. A deal was struck with the Swedish army where the Hofbrau house agreed to supply 344 buckets of this Maibock beer to the Swedish army on the agreement that they wouldn't pillage and plunder the city of Munich. The Swedish army agreed, and this beer saved Munich. So in summary, this beer is a real winner, not only because of its history, but because it's a well-done Bock beer. Bock beers are becoming increasingly hard to find, and if you can search this one out, you'll really enjoy it. From a Beer Fairy, Prost.